Hello traders, welcome to the fourth and final mini lesson on protective stops. Today we are discussing should you move your protective stop. As I mentioned in the second lesson, the primary role of having a stop loss is as a protective tool at the beginning to minimize your risk in the event of a worst case scenario. In fact, it's more accurate to suggest your stop loss is a profit management tool rather than a risk management tool, because if you are sticking to strict money management rules, your risk essentially is already managed by your allocated risk amount. And so let's talk about using your stop loss as a profit management tool. Firstly, I am not a fan of having an automatic trailing stop loss. This is completely illogical and more often than not gets you out of the market prematurely, gets you out of the market too early for a small profit. Simply because you must give the market room to breathe. You must let the market do what the market does, which is ebb and flow. I am, however, a fan of managing the trade professionally and manually. When you exit is when you get paid. So I want to be in complete control of that myself. In my view, many traders are far too eager to move their stop loss into break even or profit territory for really no real reason other than their emotions are determining their actions. The only time I will move my stop loss is if the market gives me an opportunity to do so. Let me give an example. Let's just say you are taking a short position on a particular pair, for example, and you've entered the market based upon your trading edge, and the trade begins to play out in your favour. Whilst that trade is playing out, you see another opportunity to again take a short position on this particular market. So when that happens, and if that happens, that is when I will move my original stop loss. Because I'm already in the market and I see another opportunity, in this case to go short, I think, where would I place my stop loss on this new opportunity if I wasn't already in the market? And at that area of the chart, that is where I will move my original stop loss to. It just makes sense. Now that may be into break even, it may be into profit territory, or you may not quite move your stop loss at this stage even to break even. That's fine. Should the market then continue in your favour and then you get another opportunity to enter the market, which isn't unheard of, another quality setup, then I will scale into the trade, but I certainly won't add to any positions until I've moved my stop loss at least into break-even territory so I don't double my risk, but of course I can potentially double or triple my take profit. So the upshot of this, the takeaway from this fourth and final little mini lesson on protective stops is don't be too fast to move your stop loss. Let the market tell you when you should move your stop loss, and that will, if in fact it does give you the opportunity. I've been in trades for a week, 2 weeks, and haven't moved my stop loss at all. There's no reason to, because the market hasn't given me an opportunity to do so. But if the market does give you an opportunity in the form of another setup in the direction that you are trading, by all means, then move your stop loss to where you would place that stop loss if you are entering on that new setup. It's just logical, it just makes sense. So the takeaway is don't be too keen to move your stop loss. More often than not, just let the trade play out. But when the market does give you an opportunity, that is when you move your stop loss. And then, of course, if it gives you a further opportunity, you can scale into the trade knowing that you've protected your first setup by moving it at least into break even or potentially into profit territory. Thank you guys. I hope you've enjoyed this little mini series. Until then, until next time, I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.